Oahspe, Part 9, The Voice of Man continued. 14. To my colonels in general, I gave badges of gold. I called to the damsels, saying, Come, a great honor I give to you. Ye shall dance with the officers of death. 15. And they tripped up on tiptoe, elated by the honey of my words. O Jehovah, how have I not covered up my wickedness? How have I failed to make the flow of my brother's blood the relish of Satan? 16. To my destroying hosts I have given great honor and glory. In the pretense of enforcing peace, I hewed my way in flesh and blood. 17. I made great pretensions in a kingdom. I called out to my people, saying, We must have a kingdom. I showed them no reason for it, but I bade them to take up arms and follow me for patriotism's sake. And yet, what patriotism? Behold, I made it as a something greater than thee and thy commandment, thou shalt not kill. 18. Yeah, by the cunning of my words, I taught them that my brother was my enemy, that to fall upon him and his people and destroy them was great patriotism. 19. And they ran at the sound of my voice from my glory and the greatness of my kingdom, and they committed great havoc. 20. Yeah, I built colleges for training my young men in warfare. I drew a boundary hither and thither, saying, This is my kingdom. All others are my enemies. 21. I flattered the young men with the work of death. I said, Ye men of war, great shall be your glory. 22. And their judgment was turned away from peace. I made them think that righteousness was to stand up for me and my country, and to destroy my brother and his people. 23. They built me forts and castles and arsenals without number. I called unto my people, saying, Come, behold the glory of my defenses, which I built for you. 24. And they gave me money and garrisons and ships of war and torpedoes, shouting, Hurrah for our kingdom! We have faith in these things more than in thee, our Creator. 25. Thus I led them away from thee. Their eyes I turned down in the way of death. By the might of my armies I put away righteousness. 26. I covered the earth over with drunkards and widows and orphans. To beggary I reduced them. I whetted their pride by saying, Behold, what great standing armies we have. 27. To the man that said, There shall come a time of peace, when war shall be no more, I mocked and said, Thou fool. 28. I know the counts against me, O Father. I cannot hide my iniquity from thy sight. I have said war was a necessary evil to prevent a too populous world. I turned my back toward the wide, unsettled regions of the earth. With this falsehood in my mouth, I stood up before thee. Yeah, I cried out as if for the righteous, saying, I war for righteousness and for the protection of the weak. In the destruction of my brethren, I stood as a murderer, pleading this excuse. Stubbornly I persisted in not seeing justice on the other side, whilst I cut down whom thou hast created alive. Above the works of thy hand, I raised myself up as a pruning knife in thy vineyard. 29. Yeah, more than this, I persuaded my sons and daughters that to war for me was to war for our Father in heaven. By such blasphemy led I them into ruin, and when the battle was over for a day, I cried out, Behold the glory of them that were slain for the honor of their country. Thus have I added crime to crime before thee, Jehovah. thus destroyed thy beautiful creation. Verily, have I not one word in justification of my deeds before thee?